What's up guys, this is Eddie. Welcome to a new video. Now before I start this video, you guys should know that I love DC and I love playing this game because of my love for superheroes. I started playing this game in 2011 and we have come a long way since then. A lot of things have changed, so many new powers have been added, a lot of new PvE episodes and DLCs have been launched. Overall game mechanics have been changed a few times, and after all, this stat revamp was launched. Now I'm one of those players who play this game because you gotta admit there is not a single game out there with this kind of, character progression and development. The combat system of this game is one of a kind and the storylines are interesting, and no matter how much developers mess this up, I'm still here and playing this game because of that. So now that being said, let's talk about Stats Revamp. Stats Revamp was announced in 2016, and the core changes, basically what Stat Revamp is all about, included removal of CR differential, balancing all powers, removing advanced mechanics and weapon mastery bonuses, adjusting and balancing non-damage rolls, enhancing supercharges, removing midrange, so no matter what range you are in, damage will be consistent. Now all of the above are lies. Let's talk about all of them one by one. First of all, removal of CR differential. That basically means if a 197 DPS goes into a raid with 207 CR DPS, their damage will be same if their stats are same. Now that's a lie, and here's why. Let's suppose a 197 CR DPS goes into Gotham City Zoo raid with 207 CR DPS, and they both have exactly 300 skill points, which means they have unlocked maximum amount of stats points from, for might and power innates and critical attack damage, critical attack chance. So their damage should be the same according to the developers. No, their damage would never be the same because CR still matters. Why, you say? Because 197 CR DPS is wearing gear from Age of Justice episode, while 207 CR DPS is wearing gear from Riddled with Crime episode. Both vendor gear has stats differential, which means in the end 207 CR DPS has definitely more stats than 197 CR DPS. So no, they won't be doing same amount of damage. And I know one of the viewers are gonna comment that, hey, I was 197 CR and I beat 213 CR DPS in the raid. Yes, you did, you're right, because that 213 DPS sucked. So sit down, let's move on. Second is balancing all powers. So according to the developers, they balanced out all the powers. I mean, what do you think? I don't even need to explain this point. Raise your hand if you're electric, rage, or earth right now. So see what I mean? Now raise your hand if you're sorcery, mental, or atomic, and are sick of being second or third or last DPS. I mean, if all the powers were balanced, why would there be need to do any loadout tutorials? That's cause no, not all powers are balanced. Let's only talk about, electric. There are two power interactions, electrification and polarization, right? How many of you electric DPS are using polarization power interactions and topping charts? 0, because when you do that, you're not going to do 16,000 damage per second like you do with electrification PI. So yeah, powers are not balanced, and I can talk about this for the next 12 hours, but let's just move on. Third one is removing advanced mechanics and weapon mastery bonuses. Alright. So developers came up with advanced mechanics saying that it's the new way to go, and we are focusing on casual players so they can just do 1, 2, 3, and 4 and get it over with. Sure, I don't mind. Let's do this, because I know pro players are gonna always find a way to outdamage casual players. But did someone just find out that your powers are broken and you can exploit them? Is mental now doing 300k single hit? Okay, let's remove advanced mechanics and weapon mastery bonus altogether so people can't exploit weapon mastery and advanced mechanic. So they said modifications to the power regeneration mechanics so that maintaining your power is more clear and manageable. We want managing your power to be an individual skill. So let's vote. How many of you viewers are using play from the tray loadouts, which is just another name for advanced mechanics? There are only 3 to 5% players who are using weapon mastery, or weapon expert instead of superpowered, and that's only because their power set is not balanced with other powers. They're forced to go precision and use bow weapon mastery. Why bow weapon mastery? Because it's not balanced with other weapons and doing additional damage. So just look at the irony. Number 4 is adjust non-damage rolls with damage rolls. Now, according to them, trollers, healers, and tanks should be doing way more damage than before. So before stat revamp, the ratio was 4 to 10 if you compare non-damage with damage rolls. And after stat revamp, it's 7 to 10. I say, no, it's not. You go full battery troll or go full healer roll. There is no way that you're gonna keep up with any damage roll. The damage gap will be huge. And if you choose to go, battle troll or battle heal, well, there will be damage, but there won't be any power or heal. So GG, congrats on getting kicked out of the group. Now let's talk about Atomic Tank. Completely tank spec, right? He's gonna be 3rd or 4th in the scorecard without speccing into damage stats. But now let's talk about Fire Tank. I mean, just poor Fire Tank. I can't even describe like how sad I get when I think about Fire Tanking's current state. So let's just move on. Then it's like enhanced Supercharges. So how many of you are using your power sets Supercharges which do damage? Like Ballistic Assault or, other powers. I can't remember the name now. So 90% of the people are using Supercharges which increases your damage output for a few seconds. Nobody wants to use Supercharges which actually do damage because they don't do damage at all. Supercharges are not enhanced. People are using power sets which don't have Supercharges which increases your damage output, and they are forced to use Neo Venom. Neo Venom actually works better than 90% of the Supercharges from all power sets. So yeah, Supercharges are not balanced and they are definitely not enhanced. Removing Midrange. So the idea behind that is, according to them, the player's position will no longer change how much damage an ability does, and all abilities will do their full damage from any distance as long as you are in range to use them in the first place. Lies. Melee powers do more damage than range powers. If you want to, if you wanted to balance that out. Like, all abilities should do same amount of damage. Make it consistent. It's not consistent. Let's say we agree, alright? So melee ability should be doing more damage than range ability, right? Then why does electric range abilities and Rage's melee abilities are doing same damage? Shouldn't Rage melee out damage, electric range by at least 2 million in the end of a raid? But nope. Any good electric DPS would beat any good Rage melee DPS in its current state. So basically there you have it. It's all a scam. Stat revamp was basically they decreased the overall damage output, so the game is way slower than before. They decreased NPC's health from 5 million to 3 million, but increased their defense, so instead of 100k hits you will be doing 5k hits. Again, they slowed down like the overall gameplay experience, and people think that woohoo, we got new mechanics. This is just ridiculous. And one more thing I would like to mention, there was a comment on one of my new episode 30 videos, and man, he was right. He said, so what's gonna happen in 2020? We will be like CR 350 with 500 skill points? They need to come up with something to make this game interesting instead of this grind fest. Like, dude, I couldn't agree more. So what do you guys think now that all of you have absorbed this information? Comment in the comment section below. Keep it clean, don't fight, respect everyone's opinion, and thanks for listening to my rant. I will see you guys later.